Alright, let's just get this out of the way quick. My favorite map is Everglades. I can't read this. Everglades? Fuck that. Hey guys, Anthony here, and today we're back in Battlefield Hardline, and instead of talking about what everyone's complaining about like we usually do, I thought we'd change it up a little bit and talk about something that I like. My favorite map in Battlefield Hardline. Now, Battlefield Hardline shipped with 9 maps, and overall I think it's a good selection. I've had a lot of fun with most of them, but I have to pick my favorite one, and I thought it would be good to go through all the maps and kind of say, you know, what I think about them, a general overview, and then tell you what my favorite one is. So first off, we have Derailed. It's that big bridge and all those warehouses and stuff like that, and the map to me is okay, but it's way too big. Now, first off, let me just say that Battlefield Hardline, I think, is designed for a more urban kind of combat, a more, you know, close quarters kind of stuff. That's just the way this game was designed. Some people could argue, is this Battlefield or not? But Hardline is designed, I think, to be a closer quarters experience. So Derailed seems too big to me. Now, there's other maps that size that I actually do like, but Derailed seems like it's lacking a lot of landmarks, like key things you can say, like, oh, that's that part, and that's the parking garage, and that. So to me, Derailed feels kind of empty, and it's just a bunch of warehouses, and it's too big to me. Next, we have Downtown, and I think it's actually a pretty good map. Downtown is what I was talking about when I said similar sized maps to Derailed were pretty good. Downtown is pretty big for Hardline, and it's about the same size as Derailed, maybe a little smaller, but in Downtown, there's so many areas. There's the tall buildings, there's the parking garage, there's underneath the highway, there's tunnels. There's a lot more stuff in Downtown, and I think it's a much better designed map where you can actually, like, point out landmarks in it, so I really like Downtown. Dust Bowl, another great map that I really like. I feel like it's very unique. There's a lot of interiors with the houses and stuff like that, and you know, like the house up on the hill, the motel, the diner. There's a lot of good landmarks in that map too, so I really like Dust Bowl. Everglades, way too fucking big for Battlefield Hardline. This is my least favorite map to play. Every time it comes on, I try to leave the server because Everglades is the size of a Battlefield 4 map, and Hardline, to me, is about close quarters combat, and Everglades is just far too big. There's too much just wandering and running around for it to be any fun. Sorry if you like it, but I personally don't. Grow House is another pretty good map. It's a lot of close quarter stuff, interior, exterior. I actually like Grow House a lot. Maybe because it's nighttime, I don't like it as much as my favorite map, but it is still pretty good. Next, we have Hollywood Heights, which I actually really like. It's one of the good ones. Maybe again because it's dark, it's nighttime, I don't like it as much as my #1 map, but it is a very solid map with a lot of close quarters combat, and I really like the destruction in it and the ability to, like, destroy everything in the house. That's a lot of fun. Next, we have Riptide, which is completely freaking empty. I hate Riptide. It has its fun here and there on certain game modes when it restricts the map, but when you have the full map open, it just feels like this empty island, and it's not fun to play on for me. Hotwire, maybe, but even for that, it's too big, so I really don't like Riptide. And then you have the Block, which is the opposite end of the problem. It's too small. Now, I do have fun on the Block a lot, and it's a lot of really good close quarters combat, but you have to be in the mood for the Block. So overall, that's a good selection of maps. You know, some of them are pretty decent. There's only a couple that I kind of detest, but are you guys ready for my #1 map? If you know all the maps, you probably know what it is. Yes, it is Bank Job. I love Bank Job. Every time this map comes up in a rotation, I'm like, yes, it is my favorite Battlefield Hardline map. Now, I know a lot of people are going to argue, oh, but Anthony, there's no vehicles on that map, and it's totally not Battlefield. It's just, you know, there's no vehicles. I don't care. I like it. Battlefield Hardline's mechanics work really well on Bank Job. They just do. Bank Job has interiors, exteriors, and to me, it's perfectly sized. It's not too big that running around becomes tedious, but it's big enough that you can move around this map, especially in a conquest kind of thing, and take different objectives. I love the fact that you can go into the building and how detailed it is with all of the doors. I love the doors in this map too. I know that sounds weird, but hey, you open and close doors, they're a good way to tell if an enemy's behind you. I like the fact that there's the roof to the bank, and then across the way, there's a parking garage where the other team's usually at, and you guys have to fight over those two positions. There's a lot of verticality in this map. Honestly, Bank Job to me is the best designed map in Battlefield Hardline. That's just me. But Bank Job is the map I've had the most fun with in Battlefield Hardline. The mechanics just play really well to that type of map, and I love the way it feels. But that's just what I think. What do you think about Battlefield Hardline? What is your favorite map from that game? What do you prefer? Do you prefer the big open maps, the block, the tiny one? Please leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think. Also, if you want to help out the show, please hit that like button and check us out on Facebook and Twitter, where we keep everyone up to date on what we're doing. Also, check out Culture Shock Network on Twitch, where we stream every single week.